the audience and the graduates please be seated? Graduates, families, distinguished visitors, faculty, and staff, welcome to UNM-Valencia's 2019 commencement ceremony. My name is Alice Letney. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of UNM-Valencia. We are delighted to have you here with us on this rainy, cold evening. And I want to introduce our platform party tonight. On our platform, we have Hank Vigil, who's our Director of Student Services. Aloysa Tabbitt, who's our UNM-Valencia Advisory Board member and a member of our Development Board. We have an alumnus, you may remember him, Dan Chadbourne, who's our guest speaker this evening. We have the chairman of our advisory board, Paul Luna. We have somebody most of you graduates know, Hannah Dilley, who is our student government president and our valedictorian. We have Russell Griego, who is our UNM advisory board member and former president of our development board. We have board member Roberta Scott. Faculty Assembly President Justin Bendel, and our Dean, Laura Musselwhite. In our VIP section, we have some honored guests in our audience. Judge John Chavez, Magistrate Judge. Holly Chavez, who's the owner and director of H2 Academic Solutions in Belen. Do we have Michael Gus? No, we have Stephanie Kennedy. Is she here? Yes. Stephanie Kennedy is from the School of Dreams Academy. She's our early college liaison. It's great to have you here, Stephanie. We also have Hannah Dilley's mom, Valerie, and her brothers and sisters, two of whom are UNM-Valencia alumni. So will the Dilley family stand up? We have former County Commission Chair Solomon Montano here this evening. Solomon. And last but not least, we have Susan Griego. Susan has been married to Russell for, is it 40 years, Susan? What a saint of a woman. Susan Griego. So I want to tell you a little bit about our graduates this evening. We know that 2/3 of you will be transferring to a four-year college or university, including UNM Main Campus, Highlands University, New Mexico Tech, New Mexico State University, and University of Texas, Dallas. And your majors include nursing, business administration, game design, computer-aided drafting, psychology, math, criminology, chemistry, and general science. And your majors as you transfer include biology, engineering, pharmacy, fish and wildlife conservation, education, media arts, religious studies, film studies, architecture, IT, occupational therapy, social work, radiology. And some of you are already working in the fields of nursing, retail, and higher education. So we are very proud of you, graduates, and of the families who supported you through this journey. So will the parents, the children, the spouses of our graduates stand and be recognized? Let's give them a hand. Just so you know, we are pleased to tell you that this summer, our campus will be offering summer Pell grants, which help low-income students complete their degrees more quickly. If you know of a low-income student who would like to attend summer classes and receive this additional financial aid, please have them come and speak with our student services staff. You also know that many of you are eligible for the lottery tuition scholarship if you go on. And the legislature did something really nice this session. They funded a scholarship called the College Affordability Scholarship. That will give you, if you're low income and meet certain standards, it's mostly for non-traditional students, $1,500 a year. So check into all these scholarships. And I just want, would our student services staff just stand up, Hank, you too? Because I want to point you out to these people. You can go to any of them. Maisie Bacchus here, she's our financial aid officer. If you want assistance going anywhere, just getting financial aid information, they're very good at that. So thank you. You know, tonight is about students and it's obviously about faculty, but there are people who made this evening possible as well, our staff, and I just want to thank all of our staff for what they have done for us. Our student services staff, our academic services staff, my staff, our police, our maintenance, our cafeteria. I just want to thank all of our staff for what you do for this college. You really are indispensable. Thank you so much. And now I am pleased to present the chairman of our UNM-Valencia Advisory Board. He's a terrific leader. He loves this campus. He's so supportive of us. Mr. Paul Luna will introduce our commencement speaker. Paul.
Thank you, Dr. Letney, and welcome to all of you on behalf of the Advisory Board. Congratulations, graduates. You make us look pretty good, so thank you for that. To the parents and the families and the staff here, of course, we couldn't do anything without all your professors who do a great job, so we're pleased to be part of this program, so congratulations to each one of you. It is my honor and pleasure to introduce Daniel Chadbourne tonight. He is a distinguished alumnus of UNM-Valencia Campus, graduating in 2014 with an associate degree in criminology. Dan was our All-State Phi Theta Kappa team member and a Coca-Cola Gold Scholarship receiver. In 2015, Dan received his bachelor's degree from UNM with a dual major in criminology and psychology. Could come looking for you, so be careful. Graduating from both programs with honors. Dan has been active as a student volunteer for the Hispano Chamber of Valencia County, from whom he received a scholarship, and since that time has served as a board member as well and actively participates in the annual Matanza, which is awarding 75 scholarships to high school and UNM-Valencia students. Dan will be completing his law degree from UNM in the spring of 2020. So it is my honor and pleasure to introduce Dan. Dan, welcome back.
Thank you so much for the introduction, Mr. Luna. First of all, congratulations, everyone, for the accomplishment that you have met today. Now, my goal here is to really talk about your accomplishment, but in order to do so, I have to talk about myself. So, what I want to do is talk about the fact that I was a Valencia campus graduate as well. And I want to take a couple minutes just to tell the story about how I got to be a Valencia campus graduate, rather than a number of the other schools I guess could have gone to. When I was 15, I stopped going to school. I kind of fell through the cracks of the New Mexico education system, which doesn't seem to be terribly difficult. I then went to do the family trade, which was racehorses. I was going to be a racehorse trainer just like my old man, and that's what I was going to do for the rest of my life. Then one morning in Farmington, New Mexico, in early April, mid-April, it was pretty cold, wind chill had it down to about 15. It was 6 a.m. I was the first one on the track. I was exercising 2 horses. Both of my hands were full. And as we were going around the track in this 20-mile-an-hour gust wind, which was weird in New Mexico in the morning to have that high wind, the horse, they get a little extra wild in the cold. So this horse was sitting right beside me. They were frothing real bad, and then the big ball of horse spit just flew right into my face. And as I try, both my hands are full, so I'm trying to rub it off on my sleeve, and it starts to freeze as we go along. And as I come off the track, I say, maybe this wasn't the best idea. So I thought, well, what alternative do I have? At that point, I had taken my general education test to have the high school equivalency. And so I called a friend of mine who was a student here at UNM-Valencia. I didn't live here. I moved around at the racetrack all the time. So because he went here, I came here. Now, what I found was an amazing support system that I really think is unrivaled anywhere else. Immediately, I was welcomed by a number of advisors who I still talk to today now, and as I progressed, I realized that the entire support system was so valuable to me. Not to mention the fact that I had relationships with faculty members that still exist, which is something I can't say from my time at main campus. So really, I want to thank the staff here and the faculty here for giving me the support system that I needed at UNM-Valencia to graduate, that I used at main campus, and that I later used in my postgraduate studies. Now, what I did after graduation was I graduated from main campus the following year, as Mr. Luna had said, and it just really wasn't the same. At main campus, I did feel like a little more of a number. No one really knew who I was. I mean, I guess I did sit in the back, so it was partially my fault. But once I graduated from there, I just didn't feel like I had the same support system that I could go back to. And obviously, I keep coming back to this support system to use them even now. Now, I worked in the finance field while I was considering applying to law school. And at this point, as of yesterday, I completed my 2nd year at the University of New Mexico School of Law. Now, I just want to mention that I was a UNM-Valencia graduate, and a lot of the people I went to school with not only went to private school in high school, a lot of them went to Harvard, Caltech, Southern California, University of Texas, and I do just as well as they do, if not better. I'm in the top 25% of my class, and I'm competing with the vast majority of them coming from out-of-state schools and Ivy League schools. Now, you're probably thinking, well, this guy sure likes to brag about himself a lot, but I really do have a reason. What does it mean for you? And what I think it means for you is that I have the same degree you're getting today, and I use it to compete on a national level. And what that means to me is that you can compete on a national level. You can't limit yourself because you are from a small school in Valencia County, New Mexico that no one has really heard of on a national level. Because once you go somewhere, they will have heard of it, and they'll remember it. So really, what I want to come across at is that you're capable of doing anything you would like to. If you put your work to it, just like you have done for your accomplishment here today, because this support system will be here for you, and if you come back and ask questions about going to law school, they're going to be just as helpful as you'll even find at a 4-year university that their job is to help you find postgraduate programs. Really, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I don't want to take away from your from your accomplishment today. You should celebrate today and not have to always think about tomorrow, but just know that this degree that you're getting today really packs a punch. Thank you.
Dan, that was really inspiring. And this is one of the last UNM-Valencia pencil and pen sets that we have on campus. And it's yours.
Thank you.
And now I want to introduce Aloysia Tabbitt, who also serves on our development board and has been a great supporter of our college. She will recognize our School of Dreams dual credit graduates and our National Science Foundation scholars. Aloysia.
Good evening. The dual credit program allows high school students to take college courses at the same time they are fulfilling their high school requirements. This allows students to earn 2 years of college credit while in high school. Will our dual credit graduates stand and be recognized, please? Thank you. We also have tonight some National Science Foundation scholars in our audience tonight. Will you stand and be recognized? Congratulations, all you graduates.
Thank you, Aloysia. We have Roberta Scott, who is one of our UNM-Valencia Campus Advisory Board members here, and she is going to recognize our Phi Theta Kappa, our honor students, and our upward bound students.
I'm going to start off with Upward Bound. Upward Bound is a wonderful program which helps our local high school students prepare for college. Will our Upward Bound students please stand and be recognized? Congratulations. Finally, will our Phi Beta, I can't even talk tonight, Phi Theta Kappa students, members of our 2-year College Honor Society, stand and be recognized. And if there are other honor students, will you also stand and be recognized? Congratulations to you all.
Thank you, Roberta. And now, I would like to present Russell Griego, Advisory Board member, former president of our Development Board, who will introduce our valedictorian. Russell.
I thought it was going to be a secret, but I get the honor of introducing Hannah Joy Dilley. She was homeschooled and earned her GED in the summer of 2016 at the age of 17. Hannah Joy Dilley began attending UNM-Valencia in the fall of 2016. Since then, she has worked multiple work-study positions and is a Phi Theta Kappa, and currently serves as the outgoing student government president. Now 20 years old and the third oldest of 6 children, she has accomplished more than just good grades. Hannah is named as Coca-Cola Silver Team Scholar earlier this year and will be earning degrees in criminology, general science, and mathematics. As we watch Hannah graduate and transfer to New Mexico Tech this fall, she will leave UNM-Valencia with some truthful words. Hannah was once told graduating with a GPA above 4.0 was next to impossible. She passionately said, "Watch me." And we did, Hannah. Congratulations. congratulations on graduating with a 4.24 GPA and the honor of valedictorian.
Good evening, honored guests, administration, teachers, family, friends, my mom, Valerie, hi mom, and of course y'all, the graduates of the class of 2019. Before I start, there are two things I'd like you to know. First, I am sick, so know that this speech is just as painful for me to deliver as it is for you to sit through. Second, this speech sounded fine in my head, but like every other paper I've written in college, I wrote it the night before, and I copied most of it from Google. 3 years ago, I stepped on this beautiful campus for the first time as a college student and started my college career. Some of y'all started your journey the same time that I did. Some of y'all have been here longer, and some of y'all cheated and haven't even graduated high school yet. But here we are. Regardless of what path you took to get here, we are all here, and we can now proudly say, hey, look, Ma, I made it. I look around and I see a room filled with graduates who are very talented, and I am honored to stand in front of you as your valedictorian today. From the first day we started our journey, we've learned so much. We learned that Dr. Melzer has Melzer slams at the beginning of each class that can be heard all the way out in the parking lot, and he gives us this pure evil in these things he calls review sheets. We learned that Dr. Terry can only set the fire alarm off once per semester. We learned that Professor Ian Birch wears the most amazing math pun t-shirts. We learned that Dr. Michael Smith loves his Calculus 2 class the most, and we learned from Dr. Hobbs about relative dating, which I would like to clarify is not the same as dating your relatives. Big difference. Yes, we've learned so much, but one thing that we've really learned is that we support each other through thick and thin, and UNM-Valencia has done the same for us. That's what's great about living in a rural community, because no matter the obstacle, the person you're looking for is always there. So on behalf of the class of 2019, I think it's only proper that we thank our wonderful professors for always being there. That's your cue to clap, by the way. Thank you to the custodians, no matter the issue, y'all have always been there. Thanks to our amazing police officers for always being there. Thanks to our academic advisors for always being there, especially when I kept y'all in your offices after hours. Thanks to Veronica Saucedo for always being there for me and letting me rant in your office for several hours at a time. Thanks to our friends for always being there, even at 1 o'clock in the morning. Michaela, you're the most amazing friend I've ever had. Thank you. And thanks to our parents for always being there for us and for not strangling us during finals week when we were ready to strangle everyone else. Hi, Ma. I love you. Thanks to the amazing clubs and organizations on campus for always being there. To my people in student government and Phi Theta Kappa, y'all are amazing. All of these incredible people and so many more have brought us here today to where we are now, ready to graduate. So graduates, as you take your next steps in your journey, I encourage you to always be a walking contradiction. Be strong, yet soft. Be deep, yet lighthearted. Be beautiful, yet intelligent. Be confident, yet humble. Be someone with a quick wit, yet a cheap sense of humor. Be content conquering your mountains, yet enjoy the sweetness of doing nothing. The world may try to classify you as one thing, because that's easier to understand than a person who has a little bit of everything in them. You may feel misunderstood for a while, but just remember, your people can only find you if you're brave enough to be yourself. There are parts of you that you have yet to discover. There is a greater love you have yet to find. There are experiences that are far beyond your imagination, and it's all waiting for you. Life is waiting for you. Set aside your expectations and go explore it. And remember, we must devote ourselves to doing things well, but be careful, because if you do it too well, it may backfire and you'll be forced to stand in front of hundreds of people and give a speech about it. And so, in closing, William Shakespeare and also Channing Tatum once said, "Some people are born great, some achieve it, and some have greatness thrust upon us." In life, we can't always count on being born great or having greatness thrust upon us, but but always remember that we have the opportunity to reach out for greatness. Keep in mind that many of our social and political leaders and heroes started their lives as an average person like you and me. Greatness comes from our friends reaching out to us, those who go out of their way to be thoughtful. As Stan Lee said, a definition of a hero is someone who is concerned about other people's well-being and will go out of his or her way to help them, even if there is no chance of a reward. That person who helps other people because it should or must be done, and because it is the right thing to do, is indeed, without a doubt, a real superhero. And so, class of 2019, you are my superheroes. Thank you.
Hannah, that was inspirational. I think Paul and I are ready to go on some adventure. I don't know, we're ready to go around the world. But we want to present you with your valedictorian. What's up in the middle? A gift for you, for your wonderful speech. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And now, Hannah, you're coming back with Dean Musselwhite and Justin Bendel, and they will present our Excellence in Teaching Awards, the Academy Awards of UNM-Valencia Campus.
There's an expectation at UNM-Valencia that our faculty members are deeply committed to the quality of teaching that they provide, seeking specific learning outcomes that will demonstrate the skills and knowledge students gain from their courses. With that in mind, the Excellence in Teaching Awards recognize the outstanding work being done in the classroom. These awards are determined by student voting as compiled by student government officers. We have 2 awards this year, one for a full-time faculty member and one for an adjunct faculty member. I would like to announce first our full-time faculty award winner, and if she would come forward, Alexa Wheeler. And then I would invite to come forward the recipient for our Adjunct Faculty Award, Michelle Godfrey.
Now, the really most important part of this program. Finally, graduates, it is time to receive your degrees. Dean Musselwhite.
This evening, we will be conferring upon you a degree or a certificate. This accomplishment has come as a result of long hours of work and will constitute the foundation for the rest of your educational and professional careers. You and your families should be very proud. Would Alexa Wheeler, Chair of the Division of Business and Industrial Technologies, please join me in granting degrees and certificates to the graduates from that division. candidates for the degree of Associate of Arts in Business Administration please stand and approach the podium? Mariah Anaya, Business Administration. Thank you. Dana Fernandez, Business Administration, Phi Theta Kappa. Ana Garcia, Business Administration with honors. Fiona Joyce, Business Administration with honors, Phi Theta Kappa.
No, oh, you're something. Okay, good.
Denise Pacheco, Business Administration. Natasha Monique Torres, Business Administration. Will the candidate for the degree of Associate of Applied Science in Computer-Aided Drafting please stand and approach the podium? Lucas Ford, Computer-Aided Drafting and Design. Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Applied Science in Game Design and Simulation please stand and approach the podium? Jonah Barreras, Game Design and Simulation with honors. Luke Crane, Game Design and Simulation. Naomi Garcia, Game Design and Simulation with honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Ryan Molinar, Game Design and Simulation. Megan Nicholson, Game Design and Simulation with honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Jacob Otero, Game Design and Simulation with honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Applied Science in Information Technology please stand and approach the podium? Louis de Vargas, Information Technology and VMware Certificate. Cynthia Vigil, Information Technology, Networking Certificate, Linux Certificate, PC Operating Systems and Repair Certificate, VMware Certificate, with honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Would Margie Campbell, Chair of the Division of Health Sciences and Nursing Program Director, please join me in granting degrees to the students from that division? the certificate in medical assistant, please stand and approach the podium. Thank you. Erica Rael, certificate of medical assistant. Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Science in Nursing please stand and approach the podium? Abel Caballero, Associate of Science in Nursing. Good. You can go. Thank you. Amanda Candelaria, Associate of Science in Nursing with honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Janelle Leba, Associate of Science in Nursing with honors. Tracy Mascarenas, Associate of Science in Nursing. Sarahi Seiler, Associate of Science in Nursing and Associate of Integrative Studies with honors. Tiffany Smythe, Associate of Science in Nursing with honors. Paige Torres, Associate of Science in Nursing and Associate of Science in General Science with honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Would Dr. Heather Wood, Chair of the Division of Humanities, please join me in granting degrees to the graduates from that division. Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Integrative Studies please stand and approach the podium? Thank you. April Bates, Integrative Studies with honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Justine Beatty, Integrative Studies with honors. Adela Borjas, Integrative Studies with honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Sebastian Chavez, Integrative Studies with honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Mariana Dominguez, Integrative Studies. Liza Goret Sanchez, Integrative Studies. Randy Ellen Clapper, Integrative Studies. Maria Luisa Montoya, Integrative Studies. Deborah Rickard, Integrative Studies with honors. Spiker. Brandy Spiker, Integrative Studies with honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Viviana Tucker, Integrative Studies with honors, Phi Theta Kappa. I think Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts please stand and approach the podium? Hipólito Avitia, Liberal Arts. Ashley Bohannon, Liberal Arts. Irma Gonzalez, Liberal Arts, Phi Theta Kappa. Crystal Monique Montoya Crespin, Liberal Arts and Associate of Integrative Studies. Leacer Perez, Liberal Arts with honors. Serena Tafoya, Liberal Arts, Upward Bound. Woody Lane Clark, Chair of the Division of Mathematics, Engineering, and Computer Science. Please join me in granting degrees to the graduates from that division. Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Science in Mathematics please stand and approach the podium? Hannah Joy Dilly, Mathematics, Associate of Arts in Criminology, and Associate of Science in General Science with honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Joshua Macias, Associate of Science in Mathematics, Phi Theta Kappa. William Piddington, Mathematics with honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Thank you. Would Dr. Ben Flicker, Coordinator in the Division of Science and Wellness, please join me in granting degrees to the graduates from that division? Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Science in General Science please stand and approach the podium? Jaden Armijo Sonnenberg, General Science with honors. Just shake. That's good. Thank you. Sorry. There you go. Marisol Diaz, General Science with honors. Desiree Drummond, General Science with honors. Armando Escobar, General Science. Jennifer Estrada Najera, General Science with honors. Joshua Marquez, General Science. Sonia Mahali Mundo, General Science with honors. Alexis Silva, General Science with honors. Lavana Hattie Watchman, General Science. Would Dr. Julia So, Chair of the Division of Social Sciences. Please join me in granting degrees to the graduates from that division. Will the candidate for the degree of Associate of Arts in Criminology please stand and approach the podium? Angela Smith, Criminology. Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Arts in Elementary Education please stand and approach the podium? Casey Hoyt, Elementary Education and Business Administration with honors. Haley Miller, Elementary Education. Will the candidates please rise? By the power vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of New Mexico, I confer upon each of you your degree or certificate, admitting you to all of its rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Following the time-honored traditions of higher education, please take your tassel, currently on the right side of your mortarboard, and move it to the left side. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the UNM-Valencia class of 2019. Congratulations. Please be seated.
Congratulations, graduates. Audience, will you remain standing as the graduates, faculty, and the platform party leave the building? We invite you to proceed directly to the cafeteria for refreshments. Please walk to the plaza away from the entrance of the building and outside the cafeteria to take photos, unless it's raining. Then try to get in the cafeteria and take photos. Thank you very much.